If you've been struggling with sticking with your New Year's resolution every year, you may be thinking the problem is you're lazy, or the problem is you just can't stick with plans, or the problem is your mindset always changes, or the problem is you always lose motivation, or your mindset always changes. But I just want to ask you here to not look at the problem, but look beyond the problem. So it could be possible that you're dealing with an excessive amount of stress, which I got a video there, or it could also be possible that you're not getting enough sleep, which I'll talk about in this video. It also could be a combination of both of these things too. So not only will sleep help you with fat loss, but it'll help you boost your mood, it'll help you prevent chronic diseases, it'll help you feel more energized throughout the day, it'll help reduce your hunger, it'll help boost your immune system, it'll help reduce the risk of fatal accidents. So you can see here in this study, there were a lot more accidents that happened when daylight saving time was in the spring. So everyone had to get up an hour early and get less sleep then, and there were a lot less accidents that happened compared to in the fall when everyone got that extra hour of sleep. So you can see here that sleep will also help you improve your concentration throughout the day. So when you think things like sleep comes at a high cost because it takes lots of time, well, you'll be able to get a lot more done in a lot less time if you get enough sleep. So the time thing really cancels out if you think about that. Not getting enough sleep can reduce strength and motor learning patterns, so this will make it very tough to put on muscle mass because again, we know there is a correlation between strength and muscle mass. And then also when you look at just reaction time and motor learning patterns, it'll also reduce those things too. So this means it'll also throw off your form on those compound movements, causing us to not be able to hit those underactive muscles. So not everyone needs 8 hours of sleep. So to see if you're suffering from sleep deprivation, you can assess yourself by just paying attention to, are you concentrating great throughout the day, and are you increasing strength in the gym and increasing athletic performance? If you're experiencing some of the signs and symptoms of overtraining, you could be suffering from sleep deprivation. And then when I mentioned all the things that sleep can help with, if you feel like you're struggling with all those things, you could be suffering from sleep deprivation too. Now, just a little disclaimer, this is not something you can assess perfectly accurate. So some things you can do to help yourself sleep better is have a consistent sleep schedule. So if you go to bed at like 10 p.m. and wake up at 6 a.m. on weekdays, do that on the weekends too. Don't just stay up till midnight on the weekends, because like you'll probably wake up at 6 a.m. and if you don't and sleep in, then you'll probably struggle to fall back asleep at 10 p.m. on Sunday night. The next thing you can do is exercise regularly. It does not have to be anaerobic exercise or high intensity or high volume. Just make sure you're consistent, exercise regularly, and do not exercise right before bed. And then avoid caffeine from the early afternoon to before bed, and then avoid eating right before bed. And before bed, make sure you relax and maybe take a break from your phone and electronics. Now make sure when you're laying down and trying to fall asleep that you aren't always looking at the clock. Make sure you aren't thinking about stressful thoughts, but something just more relaxing. And then make sure you manage your stress too, and manage it a lot in the morning so you don't have to deal with stressful things before bed, which could affect your sleep. And then another thing to remember is one night of bad sleep will not cause great harm. So do not stress over not falling asleep right away and those kind of things. Now, if you follow all these tips and still struggle at falling asleep, it is possible you could have a sleeping disorder. These right there are some signs and symptoms of the sleeping disorders listed on the end there and the effects they could cause. But as a personal trainer, I am not supposed to diagnose these things. So make sure you go ahead and talk to a physician if you think you might have a sleeping disorder. So I am going to upload more videos soon on how to stick with your New Year's resolution, so make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you do not miss out on those videos. Thanks for watching, and I wish the best of luck to each and every one of you at achieving your fitness goals.